Clay, you're an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. And as they say in Stoic, the obstacle is the way. And so if you let these pinheads get in your way, you're in trouble. Acta non verba is the motto of the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy at Kings Point, New York. I had appointments to Naval Academy and Kings Point Merchant Marine Academy. And Merchant Marine Academy's motto was acta non verba. In other words, don't listen to what a person says. Watch what they do. Clay, my honor to be on your show. And thank you for all you do. I hear the ripple effects from you are good ripple effects. You know what I mean? People rave about what they learn from you. So congratulations.
My name is Kevin Thomas, and the name of our company is MultiClean. We are a commercial janitorial service, and we serve the entire state of Oklahoma and Kansas and soon to be Arkansas. We have probably grown probably 5 times. We've added, I think when we first started with you, we had 60 to 65 employees. And now we have a little over 300 employees. Before we got involved with Thrive Time, we didn't really have any systems or processes in place. I've probably been to, in 6-7 years, I've probably been to 12 to 13 business conferences. And amazingly, each time I go, I learn something new, and I'm so excited to bring it back and show the team about marketing and how to implement, how to help you guys implement the SEO. And the coaching is just great because there's accountability, and it's just a fantastic way to grow your company. Having a relationship with Thrive Time it's just been amazing for MultiClean. Oh my goodness, it frees me up because then I don't have to take a class on search engine optimization or learn marketing or shoot video. That's not what we do. What we do is commercial janitorial service. And you guys are the experts on marketing, and you teach me and hold my hand and show me how to do it right. And therefore, now my company is much, much larger.
Folks, on today's show, we're joined by a real client. He may look like a male model. He may look like a hologram, but he's a real person. He's a longtime client. He's a man that we consider to be a friend of the Thrive Time Show and a friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Kevin. Welcome onto the Thrive Time Show. How are you, sir?
Clay, I'm doing great. Had a great Christmas holiday, and I'm glad to be here.
Okay, so first question, can you tell us what is your name, first and last name, and what's the name of your company, sir?
My name is Kevin Thomas, and the name of our company is MultiClean. We are a commercial janitorial service, and we serve the entire state of Oklahoma and Kansas and soon to be Arkansas.
And how long have we worked with you approximately at this point, sir?
It's been about 6-7 years.
Wake up every morning at 3 a.m. Cause that's when I start my grind in. And I got no time for stumbling and chit chat talk with the fake friends. I'm on my grind, yeah. I'm on my grind. You need to drive, I'm on my grind.
We want to welcome all of His Glory Nation from east to west to north to south. Welcome to Kingdom Business Builders with Kingdom Business Guru Clay Clark. You know, when they had that opening in there, I just kind of start tapping my foot, listening to the music. It gets you to a whole different level. All right, we're going to bring Clay on right after this. First is His Glory Crypto. Buy your crypto your way with His Glory Crypto. There's no purchase minimums with unmanaged accounts. Get the price, the best price in the market. Go to His Glory/partners for info. Scan the QR code today. Get your XRP and all that. Again, no minimums. You can get in. We also have the His Glory Crypto where you have a managed account through AI as well. All right. Purely Prepared Patriot. 40% off. No prescription. Get up on your hydroxychloroquine, ivermectin. Take it with you on the road. So grab that today. Again, no prescription. Chronology, my go-to every night. Buy one, get one free, and free shipping is what helps me sleep. Also, the Cowboy Up brand. helps with your animals. Our bull Boaz is off and running literally again. He couldn't barely walk, and the Cowboy Up helped him tremendously. All right, Luxury for a Cause. Donate your high-end items to support His Glory mission of bringing a billion souls to Christ. We're accepting high-end bags, jewelry, clothing, etc. If you feel the tug in your heart to donate, go to hisglory.me. Donate. Those are the updates. It's time for Clay Clark. There he is.
Greetings, Dave. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Clay.
Hey, real quick, before we get into our stack of stuff, I want everybody out there to know September 25th and 26th, Eric Trump is going to be joined by yourself, Pastor Dave, Scarlett, Amanda Grace, Julie Green, Mel K, Team America. We're going to be hosting a business conference. I've been doing these for 20 years. This will be Eric's, I think, his third time coming to these business conferences. And Eric and I have done, obviously, many events together, but he'll be coming to this interactive business workshop. And again, it's September 25 and 26th, the Make American Business Great Again Business Conference in Tulsa, Oklahoma, September 25 and 26. We're going to teach you marketing, branding, finance, how to nail and scale a business, how to hire, inspire, train, and retain good people, accounting, how to build a linear workflow, how to scale your business, how to basically turn your business goals into reality. Dave, a lot to unpack there. It's 2 days from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and gets $250 or whatever price that you want to pay. So $250 or whatever price you want to pay. And if you use promo code His Glory, you have a chance to win a backstage pass. And I'm looking to my right here at my stack of stuff in my notes. We have 367 tickets remaining. 367 tickets remaining. September 25, 26. Use promo code His Glory. And now, Dave, we're going to get into our stack of stuff.
Let's go.
Okay, so the question I have for everybody watching today's show is, what is your financial thermostat set at? What is the setting that your financial thermostat is set at? For anybody watching today's show, you might have grown up poor. I know I did. You might have grown up more poor than I did, and you know that you did. Or maybe you grew up less poor, but we all start somewhere. And I'm so happy that my mom and dad chose to give birth to me in these great United States of America, so I had the opportunity to be upwardly mobile. But wherever we're starting from, as we're watching today's show, you have to adjust your financial thermostat. So let me give you an example. Growing up, every box we had in our cupboard was yellow because it was the generic brand. We would, as a family, typically not plan trips because we could not afford them. A lot of the activities I chose to participate in as a young kid or chose not to were based upon our financial capacity. And there's nothing wrong with that. And may my dad rest in peace. He was working at Domino's to deliver pizzas in his late 30s. He was working at Quick Trip gas station. I appreciate him doing that and providing for my mom and my brother and I. However, at a certain point, Dave, I was probably 15 years old, and I had that thought. I was maybe 14, had that thought, I don't know that I want to live like this. And so I went a few doors down into a different part of the neighborhood, into my neighbors, the Fiedlers. Jack Fiedler was my neighbor. His father was the town dentist. And I went, it was in Cokato, Minnesota. And Dave, this guy had a pool. He had the NBA style basketball goal. He had non-generic cereal. And his dad, Mr. Fiedler, the dentist, he did not work the night shift like my dad did. He was not gone at night like my dad was because he was a dentist. And it occurred to me, you know what? I want to live differently than how I was raised. And so I had decided to adjust my financial thermostat. And Dave, I want to get your thoughts on this because there's somebody watching today's show that's been living in a way where they're not at their financial capacity. Their business is struggling, and they've just got used to struggling. They've got used to barely making enough to just get by. What do you say, Dave, to somebody out there that maybe thinks they don't qualify to make any more money than just enough to get just by?
Well, you can take action. You get to a point where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. You make a plan. I grew up in lower middle class as well. And when I got out of the Marines, I almost went to work for the LAPD because I was trained in the military. I said, no, I want to make more money because I didn't have it when I was growing up. So I see exactly what you went through.
So I'm going to pull up this video. I've got two video clips here, and these are very normal people. I think when you look at them, you're going to go, I like them more than you, Clay. Okay, so this is the first one. This is Sable. Okay, let me hit play on this. She is a startup business owner. Here we go. Right, Nation, on today's show, we're going to share a success story because everybody out there listening today, I really do believe that you have the capacity and the tenacity needed to start your own successful business. Now, I know a lot of people feel like, well, I don't qualify to do it, or I don't have the right background to do it. We're joined today with they're twin sisters who have worked together to start a company. And the company's doing well, and I wanted to share with you the startup success story. So, without any further ado, welcome on to the Thrive Time Show. How are you, ma'am?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much.
I'm going to put this mic. It's a little bit closer to you right there. Okay. Now, Dave, I mean, she seems like a pretty normal person. She's had massive success. She's a client of ours. We helped her scale a business. You say, what business did she start? Well, first off, she'd never owned a business. She came to one of our workshops, like the one we have in September. And she came to the workshop. Her husband had worked in the military. And she's like, I want to start a business because I want to put my kids in private school. And she said, what kind of business can I start? And I helped her to build a very successful home cleaning company. But she had no idea how to start a company. She came to the workshop. True story. We helped her grow a massively successful company. But Dave, when you look at her, and we'll go back and analyze her right now, what about her allows her to be super successful? Is it the incredible smile? Is it the fact that her husband was in the military? Is it the fact that she's joyful and kind? I don't know, Dave, but I think somebody out there says, I don't know. That's just Sable. She has what I don't have. Why do some people think, Dave, that they don't have what it takes?
Yeah, because it's the inner thought that tries to stop us from moving forward. You got to go like the children's show. I think I can, all the way to I know I can. It's that confidence. You got to go out and get that confidence.
Now, some people tell me, Clay, the reason why that person is successful is they have unbelievable energy. When you listen to that interview, she's got great energy. I don't have energy like that. Clay, you've got that energy. You've been drinking that Sherwood, energy beverage. That's what you've been doing. You've been going to the His Glory website. You've been stocking up on Sherwood stuff. You've got a psychological problem, and that's why you're successful. Well, let's look at an entrepreneur who comes at a maybe different energy level. Okay. He's more of a flow state kind of a guy. Okay. This is Thomas Crossan. I met him many years ago. Dave, he was a paramedic. Listen to his story. Here we go.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Thomas Crossan, owner and founder of Full Package Media in Dallas, Texas. I've been a coaching client with Clay Clark since the beginning of our business. We started about a year ago, August of last year.
Now, Dave, he now runs the most successful real estate photography company in all of Texas and one of the largest in America. Dave, we've helped this guy grow from a startup into a multi-million-dollar company. What about that guy? Is it the beard, Dave? Is it that moderate kind of Tony Dungy, stoic energy? What is it about his personality that allows him to be super successful?
It's the inner, got to go out and get her done. And that's the difference. Whether you're charismatic like you, Clay, or people who are monotone, it's that inner desire to be successful and want to do more.
We're going to probably spend 20 minutes just looking at people's faces and trying to judge as to why they're successful. It's just because, Dave, this is what people do. They go, I don't know that I have what it takes. So we go to thrivetimeshow.com. That's where you get your tickets. And you click on testimonials. We have over 2,000 success stories, Dave. And look at these people. Is it Jen Allen there? Is it Ron Howell? Is it the look? Is it the look? It's got to be this guy's skin color. Look at him, Dave. He's been tanning for a while, a perfect clean. He's got, obviously, it's the pigmentation. It's the cute baby that allows New Concept Healthcare to be successful. Oh, it's obviously Kat Graham's beautiful smile at Barbie Cookies. It's Dave and Trisha out there in Florida. It's obviously Dave's determination, his look. No, it's Leah Calvert. It's that smile. No, it's Mr. Morales here, Ronnie Morales. It's his haircut and his beard that would make any goat proud. Maybe, I mean, what is it that allows you? I'll tell you what it is, folks. They have a proven path. They have a system they're following, and I'm going to teach you the system right now, Dave. So first off, I want everybody out there, go to thrivetimeshow.com, look at a testimonial. We've got over 2,000 of them. I've been doing this for 20 years. And ask yourself, is this the year that you want to get unstuck? Is this the year that you want to greatly grow your financial capacity? Is this the year you want to move from barely getting by to doing well? Because you know what? The more money you make, the more money you can donate to a charity, the more seeds you can sow. Money is just a magnifier. It allows you to become more of who you already are. If you're a charitable person, you can donate more if you have more money. I encourage everybody right now during the break, go to thrivetimeshow.com. Once again, that's thrivetimeshow.com and click on the testimonials button.
President Trump has a bold new vision to help secure America's future through the power of cryptocurrency. Partnering with pioneers like Elon Musk, he's turning crypto into the next frontier of financial freedom. But how can you advance your retirement in this digital age? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the world's first AI-driven platform designed to help your cryptocurrency investments thrive. Thousands of retirees nationwide are already securing their futures with Block Trust IRA and receive up to $2,500 in funding bonuses. The experts in accelerating wealth retirement.
Do you know that Amazon participates in the censorship of conservatives? Do you want to give your money to corporations that do not share our value and our God? Or do you want to feed the kingdom that gets this nation back and loves our God and puts our God first? Go to our Kingdom Economy page and make a difference today. Let's defund the cabal and be a kingdom builder. Stand up for what you believe in. Swap where you shop. That's how we win. Fight with your dollars, and light wins. All right, we're back with Clay Clark.
Okay, now, folks, again, we're talking about adjusting your financial capacity. How to imagine you have a container, okay, a container, and that container can hold a certain amount of income. I find that most clients I work with, their financial container or their mental capacity can typically put 10 to 15 times more figurative liquid in their container than they think. And so in the case of Thomas, that case study, I mean, this is a guy who now makes more money in a month than most people make in 2 years.
Wow.
What? Yeah, and I'm just real. I mean, this is a guy, one of my clients, I was talking to him yesterday, true story. He now makes, when I started working with this guy, I won't tell you his industry, I want to, but he's a neat guy. But this guy, he came into my life and he was already doing well. He was making a little over $250,000 a year. And now he makes a little over $1 million a week. And these are real people that have really done it. You say, how do they do it? It's mastering these basics. So we're going to get into these 5 steps you can implement. So step number 1, I want you to write down, though, what are your financial goals for the next 12 months? Let's not say what are my financial goals for the next 5 minutes, but what are my financial goals for the next 12 months, okay? So let's write that down, okay? And now, so what is your annual income goal? Step number 2, you want to find problems that you can solve. And Dave, this is how we came up with the solution for the Thomas Crossan or for Sable Sisney or all these wonderful testimonials we show each and every week. I just say, what are the problems that you can solve? All right. And one guy says, I can do some real estate photography. I can do some photography. I can do some videography. The one lady says, I don't really have anything, but I like to clean. Boom. There it is. So you got to find problems you can solve. One of our clients in Florida, he said, Clay, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. I said, well, come on, tell me something you can do. He said, I can mow the heck out of a lawn. I said, what do you mean? He's like, oh, dude, I do like the stripes, where it's like, when it looks like a carpet, like the stripes in the carpet. He says, my bushes are incredible. My neighbors always come by and say, look at those bushes. So we helped him start a landscaping company. Another guy, true story, this is a guy, wonderful guy, confident guy, hardworking guy. He does very, very well in the roofing space. And why does he do well in the roofing space? Because he wanted to do full-time ministry. Dave, there was a listener out there. We helped him become phenomenally successful in the roofing industry. And this guy, and I won't say his name, but many of your listeners have met this guy. He has no interest in roofing at all. Dave, I can't think of anybody who has less interest in roofing than this particular individual, but it was a problem that he could solve, okay? So step number 3, you got to find solutions. So once you made a list of the problems, okay, step 3, make a list of the solutions that you can solve. What are the solutions that you can provide to the marketplace? We don't get paid for the hours we work. We get paid for the value that we add to the hour. What are the solutions that you can provide to the marketplace? Step number 4, you got to sell those solutions. And Dave, I think a lot of people get hung up on that. So let me just give an example. If your producer could maybe pull up the website, the hisglory.me, hisglory.me. I want everyone to see this, or maybe I'll pull it up on mine and make it easier. So hisglory.me. I do not feel bad at all in any way, shape, and form telling your listeners to go to hisglory.me and to check out the wonderful partners that you have there. And you know why? Because, Dave, I know you. I know you very well. I know what you're trying to do is to reach people and to share the gospel with as many people as possible. That's your goal. That's your passion. That's what you're trying to do. And that's why you do it. However, I know that a lot of people would feel maybe bad or discouraged or almost like, Dave, like they're committing some crime to telling people about a solution that they offer that costs money to have. Dave, I don't quite understand that. I know in my home growing up, my dad was very hesitant to sell something. I've never quite understood that. But if you can clean someone's house, if you can fix someone's roof, if you can do real estate photography, I don't feel bad for that or feel bad about that, Dave. But I want to get your thoughts on that. What is that causes some people to be hesitant about pushing the solutions that they can provide?
I think it goes back to our self-conscious too, thinking we're not qualified to do it, and we can be qualified. We again finding that problem they have and creating a solution. That's what you hear in corporate America. My boss would never want to hear the problem. He'd say, "Okay, tell me the problem and what's your solution." So I had to have a solution ready.
You know, where there's a guy, I'm just thinking of examples. I have so many examples because that's what I do all day. But there's a guy I met at one of our conferences who's unbelievably dyslexic, like, you know, can't read at all. When you're talking to the guy, you would not know that he struggles with reading. He's a great communicator, but he can't read. And so I'm going, well, what are the things that you can do? This guy now has a very successful landscaping company. And it was just having that conversation of like, wow, this guy can move rocks. This guy can build waterfalls. This guy can do irrigation systems. He just can't read in the way that you and I can read, but he's able to read the terrain of someone's land, and he's able to get an idea of what he could do with it. He does a great job sketching it into reality. And in a way that I don't quite understand, he's able to take a piece of land and almost beautify it in the way that an artist might take a blank canvas and make it great. But he had felt like he was disqualified to being a successful entrepreneur because he was dyslexic and couldn't read in the traditional sense. And I'm just telling everybody out there watching today's show, I hope that everybody out there, I wish I was a better messenger. I wish I was more polished. I wish I could say the words that would connect with everybody watching this. But everybody out there, I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm telling you, you have the mental capacity and the tenacity needed to start a successful company. You just have to go through these steps here. So step number 1, get out a sheet of paper, write it down. What are your financial goals for the year? Okay. 2, what are the problems that you can solve in exchange for the compensation you can seek? Don't make a list of problems that you just have. I'm talking about problems that you can solve in exchange for the compensation you can seek. Step number 3, make a list of the solutions that you can provide. Just last year, 3 years ago, I was working with a guy who built pergolas. Pergolas, like outdoor wood coverings. He built pergolas and fire pits. And Dave, I'm talking to the guy. He's doing about $500,000 a year of revenue. By the way, now he's doing almost $20 million a year of revenue. Wow. And I'm going, can I ask you, why don't you build pools? And he says, I'm not a pool builder, okay? I'm a fire pit builder guy. And I'm going, I know that you say that, but I have built multiple pools and have paid people to build pools, and you're much more detailed and much more of a skilled builder than I've ever seen. I really find it hard to believe that you can't build these unbelievable decorative fireplaces, but you can't pull off the building of a pool. And he's going, huh? I'm like, dude, just do it. He says, well, how am I going to do it? I said, listen, this is what I would do if I were you. Let's optimize your website. Let's get to the top of the search results. Let's start generating leads for pools. And the first deal that you close the deal, and then hire a competitor you trust to build it. And you won't really make a lot of money, but you'll manage the project. And during the process, you can learn. And that's how we did it. And now he's got one of the most successful home building or pool building companies in his marketplace. So again, step 1, define write down your financial goals. Step number 2, find the problems that you can solve in exchange for the compensation you seek. Step number 3, find the solutions. Step number 4, you've got to sell the solutions. Now I'm going to help somebody deal with the mental, whatever that is. You should feel confidence. You should confide in yourself that during this instance that what you're doing is okay if you are actually adding value to the marketplace. If you're scamming, if you're shamming, if you're taking advantage of people, don't feel good about it. That's the Holy Spirit working on you, telling you don't do that. But if you're selling an actual solution, that's why I can tell people, go to thrivetimeshow.com. You know, we had someone the other day who had gone to a Patrick Bet David conference. I have no problem with Patrick Bet David. Patrick Bet David is a good guy from what I can tell. He's an entrepreneur. He has a big conference. Another listener had gone to a Grant Cardone business conference, and people came to him and they said, Clay, I spent $5,000 to go to this business conference. I spent $7,000 to go to this business conference. I'm going, really? And they go, and I spent on your conference $100. And I got more value. And I go, really? And they go, yeah, I'm telling you. And I hear that all the time. So I'm telling you, if you go to thrivetimeshow.com, you can name your price for a ticket. It's $250 or whatever price you can afford. I think everybody from time to time, Dave, needs a hand up. I don't like to do handouts. But Dave, I don't feel bad at all of telling people to go to thrivetimeshow.com and learning from Eric Trump and Julie Green and yourself and so many great entrepreneurs there. I don't feel bad about that because I've confided in myself. I've told myself that during this instance, I'm doing what God wants me to do, which is I'm solving a problem for the listeners. And Dave, I want to get your thoughts on this. You've been to the workshops before. You've seen the level of engagement. You know it's from 7 a.m. to 5 both days, 10 hours of education both days. How would you describe the in-person workshops for anybody out there that has not been to one?
Well, it's off the chart. Again, I come from the corporate world, and a lot of these big names that you talked about, I went into stuff like that. I put lots of money in the corporate world, putting my sales teams through. The value you get at one of your events, the price they pay, and what they get is second to none. Literally, I'm not just saying that. It is second to none. If they're serious about it, they got to go.
And if anybody buys a VIP ticket, we have a VIP dinner, we have a VIP lunch. A lot of times you get to meet the speakers. So again, if you use promo code His Glory, you have a chance to win a backstage pass. So you have a chance to win a VIP ticket. But again, if you use promo code His Glory, you also get discounts. That's thrivetimeshow.com. Step number 5 is you got to nail it and scale it. Once you sell something, you've got to go through the boring and often tedious task of building a scalable business. You've got to go through. That's what I do as a business coaching service or a consulting service. And that's why I've had so much success, Dave. I charge people $1,700 a month to help them nail and scale their companies. So people like Aaron Antis have seen this, where we helped Shaw Homes to grow from a $14 million company to a $150 million company. That's Shaw Homes growing from 14 million to 150 million. And that's where we're talking about checklists and call scripts and canonical compliance and accounting and bookkeeping and hiring and tax codes and all that. We'll help you with all the scaling of a company. But that's step number 5 is you got to nail it and scale it. And then the final step, the final step to make this happen, step number 6, with limited time we have, you got to block out time. Dave, you got to say no to grow. You got to block out time to build a successful company, which means you got to turn off the television, which means you got to turn off the Netflix. According to Psychology Today, the average American is now spending 11.3 hours per day consuming media.
Wow.
11.3 hours a day. So again, you got to block out time. And Dave, I think once you exchange your big TV for a big library, once you stop watching Netflix and you start working on your life, I think once you stop cheering for random sports teams that don't know you exist and start cheering for your own family, I think great things happen. And I think, Dave, that's what I want to get your insight on in the final the seconds we have here for anybody out there. What would you say to someone who's like, I don't have the time to be successful? What do you say, Dave?
You got to make the time. You have to look at, do a postmortem. What is taking your time away? Shut it down. It's like the Bible. Everybody says they don't have time to get in the Bible. Make time. There's nothing more important. And if you want to succeed in the business world and help your family get to the next level, you have to shut things down that are not driving the ball down the park.
I encourage everybody out there, if you're watching today's show, what do you do? 3 calls to action, going 90 miles an hour. 1, go to thrivetimeshow.com, thrivetimeshow.com. 2, click on the testimonials button, see thousands of entrepreneurs just like you. And 3, request your tickets for the September 25th and 26th Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshop.
Clay Clark is here somewhere. Where's my buddy Clay? Clay's the greatest. I met his goats today. I met his dogs. I met his chickens. I saw his compound. He's like the greatest guy.
I ran from his goats, his chickens, his dogs.
So this guy's like the greatest marketer you've ever seen, right? His entire life, Clay Clark, his entire life is marketing.
4,000% from February to February. Now I can better that. Okay, Clay, I don't think you know this, I don't think you know this. I'm pinching myself, and if I cry, forgive me. In the last 2.5 days, we have bettered our entire month of February in the last 2.5 days. So, and the phone's blowing up. Everything's just blowing up. You're right. It is like a rocket ship. So we're pinching ourselves, actually.
I learned at the academy, Kings Point in New York, acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say.
But I recognized at the age of 15, I'm going, you know what? I am not going to live that way. And so I started a company out of my parents' basement called djconnection.com. And I decided I am going to have success. And so I reached out to millionaires and people that I kind of knew through church and friendships and people that parents of my friends. And I said, what book would you recommend that I read? I'm a 15-year-old asking this question. True story. And I kept being told, you got to read.
Hello. Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Radio Show. It's an exciting time. Also, I think a treacherous time, a spooky time also. But it's always, danger is a good time. Today, my guest is Clay Clark, and I went out with Tom Wheelwright to visit Clay with Eric Trump also. And the reason I want to talk to Clay this morning is a very important subject called study. And the reason I say that is things are changing so fast, and many people are completely missing the show. Things are changing at rapid speed. Technology is changing. And so I went to Tulsa, again, with Tom Wheelwright and Eric Trump. And the thing I was so impressed about Clay is this word called study. I don't know, you guys must be in your water or something, Clay, but boy, I was so impressed how big you guys are. But what really impressed me was you have this huge congregation. They're all about guys your age. They're on fire. And you start your classes at 5 a.m. Now, let me talk to you about study here. We show our books here. Now, this is how I study. This is the creature from Jekyll Island. It's on the Fed. And Clay's doing the same thing. We study. So I go out to Clay's place in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's built this huge compound out there. And you guys start at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's not by Zoom. They drive there. They show up 5 o'clock, bright-haired, bushy-tailed and all this. And they're on fire. Your group is on fire. So that's what was on Clay, this technology. You tell your group, I was so impressed because, like I said, studies became a bad word. I got into fights in my own company because our staff didn't want to study anymore. And I don't know how they cannot do that. So Clay, anyway, welcome to the Rich Dad Radio Show. That's what I want to talk to you about is how do you do it? 5 o'clock in the morning, you have hundreds of people showing up in your huge auditorium on your property to study. Anyway, welcome to the show, Clay, and what turns you on so much? That's what I want to know. Give us a little about your background.
Karime Schofield, and the name of our company is Whistle While You Clean.
I am Sophia Schofield.
We live in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we service the tri-state, so Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana.
We were getting a phone call. And we were like, why is someone calling our business line? That's unusual. And we picked it up and it was a lead.
I mean, it's been incredible, Clay. We've gone from 0 to 100% growth. We're a full functioning company. It's great. We're blown away at how well we're doing. So working with you guys have really taught us a lot about generating leads and pursuing our Dream 100. So we have a list of customers that we want to market to. And so we've been making phone calls. We've been showing up in person. We're trying to get near the businesses that they would visit if they were visiting a hair salon or something. And then we start calling them and we just start pursuing them. And then the other thing that we do is when we do cleans, we take a lot of video testimonials and we post those to our website so other customers can see. And then we also upload a lot of images of the things that we do. And so We're also asking our clients for Google reviews after we've cleaned their houses. And so it's this constant like cycle of doing those things over and over and over again. I would say if you're on the fence, go to one of Clay's conferences. They are hilarious. They're fun. They're educational. They're so good that even my teenagers like them. And I would say don't let fear hold you back. If you want to start a business, do the obvious thing and hire someone who knows how to run businesses. If I wanted to get in shape, I'd hire a gym person, a personal trainer. This is like the personal training for business. It has been absolutely amazing. I mean, our coach is encouraging. When he first met with us, he said, do we want him to be like a drill sergeant with us? What level of intensity do we want him to give us? And I will say he is incredibly encouraging all the time, and he just hits the same mark with us every single time. It's very repetitive, but I think we both really learn a lot every time we sit down and have a conversation with him over the phone. He keeps pushing us to go further, and he can recognize when we're afraid to do something, and he'll give us a little bit of grace, but that next week he's drilling us again, like pushing us to go harder. Our no-brainer offer is we are offering your first clean for $1. And that sounds absolutely insane. It even sounded insane when I was talking over it with our business coach. And I will tell you that that has generated some of our hugest clients. I mean, that has been like a game changer because it opened up the door to more clients, more recommendations, more leads. And we were surprised how far that dollar clean got us.
How important has it been for you to work out that scripting, even though you offer $1 for the first clean? How important has it been for you to nail that down?
It's been really important because it kind of it hones in so that you're not just all over the place when you're trying to explain what it is that you do. And a lot of times it's like you're a good person offering a good product and you have integrity and you want to communicate that. But when you go to communicate without a script or without practice, it's just like a mess coming out of your mouth, as opposed to having this, honed in practice where you know what you're going to say, you know how you're going to say it, and you can almost expect better results when you do it that way.
Had you ever been an entrepreneur before starting this particular business?
No, never.
Did you ever think about wanting to own your own business someday? Or when was the first time you thought, maybe I would like to open my own business?
Absolutely. I've probably been dreaming about it for about 10 years.
Okay, and let me go to your daughter here. Had you ever thought about wanting to team up and open your own business? Or was that something that you were maybe excited about or not so much?
Well, for me, my parents would always listen to your podcast and business podcast. And as I started listening to them, I started realizing that I wanted to own a business.
It's www.whistlewhileyouclean.com. Honestly, the hardest thing was getting over the fear. It was the fear of the unknown. There was like a cloud of doubt that, you can't do this, you're going to fail. There was a few sleepless nights there when we did pull the trigger and join your team and start the coaching process. Even my husband put a little bit of pressure on me from time to time because it was just absolutely scary to take that jump and actually start a business.
Whoa.